Welcome to Globewatch with me, Charles Ebune. Today from one of the most respected medical centers here in Paris, France. I am at the Bernard Claude Bichat Hospital, where the former Gabonese president, Léon Gbagbo, died many years ago. In this hospital, so many things have happened inside. Currently, across the world is suffering from one major global health problem, which is Ebola. According to the World Health Organization, at least 4,000 people have died and about 9,000 others have been infected by the disease. The global response is dimensional, and many people across the world are asking the question, when are we going to have a definite solution to the Ebola equation? My guest today on Globewatch is inside this hospital and seems to be having part of the solution. Professor Bruno Eto, welcome to Globewatch.
Thank you.
You are a pharmacologist. You have been working in this hospital for so many years. And the World Health Organization says that the current outbreak of Ebola is an unprecedented one. Did Ebola surprise the world this time?
I mean, it's not the first time we are surprised by Ebola. It's the we have Ebola in Africa, and we can, I think, for the first apparition of Ebola was in Congo.
1976.
Now, yes. Today we have the apparition in West Africa. We don't know why, but today we can't restrain the movement of people. It's very difficult. So the people can go to one country and another, and we can't restrain people to contain the Ebola. So I mean that unless the probability to maintain people, we have to see if you can develop very rapidly, very quickly, the medicine to cure this epidemic. We can do it.
You say we can do it, but you know that this is something which has been happening over the years,
yes,
and it has proven very difficult for a medical solution. One time they talk of ZMAP, which has been very, very, very unproductive. So
yes,
what new is the scientific community putting in the market?
So, you know, the problem, the epidemic of Ebola is very difficult to define because we don't know any parameters about this virus. So we start to work on different kind of virus here, I mean for 10 years. And the first virus we tried to find a solution was HIV, because HIV gave the AIDS. So that we try to combine all medicine to have the one solution for HIV and also by Ebola. Now, I think that we have found the solution. We have found the solution, but our solution is not use of people, because it's very simple. Because I'm very sure that we can contain the epidemic.
You just said that we have found the solution. What is the solution this Faculty of Medicine has found? I know that you are leading a research in this area. So yes, what is the solution you have found for Ebola? Millions of people may die by January.
So I propose one solution.
Which
is not the solution of the Faculty of Medicine. It's the solution of my team. Okay. Because I have the team who work about.
Absolutely.
So Ebola, you have to know that Ebola have the same symptom like when you are infected with HIV. Is that we call in medicine immunodepressive virus, because the virus can destroy the immunity of body, the same like HIV. So why do you take the solution, the first solution you have made for HIV, and you can transpose the solution for Ebola?
How did you call the drug you produce for HIV, which you say that can be used for curing for Ebola?
Yes, it's not.
Does it have a name?
No, the solution is you have to take two solutions. The first solution is to increase the immunity of people who are contact with the virus.
By doing what?
By using this medicine. This medicine is our medicine. It's not. It's approved in Cameroon. It's approved in all the in country, Gabon, Chad, and West Africa.
What is the name of
Fagaricine. Fagaricine is immunoreconstituent medicine. It's the phytomedicine. Is that they call immunostimulant medicine. If you use that medicine, you can improve your body defense. You can improve the capacity of body to protect against every kind of infection. So I want to tell that there are many people who have contact Ebola. We do not die. Why? Because their immune system was very in good healthy. So they are very strong system of immunity. And people who have died quickly, they have so that their immunity is not very strong. So the first thing is for risky people, the people who can be in contact. I told the doctors, nurse, and everybody who can be in contact with the virus, they have to take some medicine like this. They have to take fagaricine to improve their body defense so that you can reduce the infection. And people who are infected or are ill, they can use the same medicine you use for cure AIDS. So we have proved that if you take two medicine, AIDS medicine, and you take the immunoconstituent medicine, you can improve your defense of body.
You said that there are two solutions. You have just mentioned one. So what is the other solution?
The first solution is prevention, but it's very difficult to restrain the movement of people.
Sure.
So it's the first solution, a very easy solution you can do. So to maintain people, you restrain their movement.
You have to quarantine.
Yes, but you can't do that everywhere. Because you can't, it's very difficult to do that. Is that why we have to have the first solution is to restrain people, and the second solution is to have to find medicine to cure them.
You are talking of medicine. I understand that this your drug, which you are working with your team, has been reported by CNN and other international media outlets that it has helped reduce highly the rate of deaths in areas like Liberia, Guinea, where the outbreak is huge. Why do you think that governments across the world have not approved your drug?
The drug is approved.
By which government in particular?
Cameroon approved this drug because you can find it in store, in pharmacy Cameroon. Gabon approved this drug.
But you know that it is easy for drugs to be found everywhere across
yes,
the world
they can
without governments acknowledging them.
Yes, they can find it in Gabon.
I have to confirm that information from my Minister of
Health.
If that drug is particularly...
I've sent the email of the Director of Medicine in Cameroon, Pharmacy, to tell him that we have the solution. We have the solution. We can take the immunostimulant to improve our body defense. So the people who are infected, we can also use drugs who are usually used to cure HIV. So it's the solution. It's the first solution. But I'm not agree with people who think that we can do the vaccine very, very quick. It's not easy to
Why don't you think that it is easy to do vaccination?
Because every medicine you have to do that you call clinical trial. It can take many times to do the clinical trial. I have the example here in France. When you have the infection of that you call in French grippe aviaire, the government have commanded a lot of vaccine to the people. A lot of people have taken because they are not take their time to control, to do the test, to do the clinical trial. So that many people have taken this medicine have a side effect, the big side effect, neuropathy and so on. They don't talk about this. There are many people who have the side effect of this drug. So even we have the vaccine today, you can use it directly because we need the time to test this medicine. We have to take the time to test, to do the clinical trial.
How long did you take to do, excuse me, of using a language that everybody will understand?
Yes.
Clinical cleansing or clinical trials. How long did you take, and on how many people did you test to make sure that the drug is not counterproductive, means that it can kill somebody? Not to say that it should be like a human beings should become like guinea pigs.
Okay, 7 years.
7 years.
To do the clinical trial, 7 years. And more than 2,000 persons use it. So you are sure that even is the natural medicine. You know that in traditional healer, they use the plant of this medicine. So we are doing that we call a combination. The new concept of the development of phytomedicine is mean that you have combined many plants to get the best effect, biological effects. So it's natural plant. People have used in natural.
You know that Nigeria has succeeded to turn down the Ebola menace, just like the World Health Organization has succeeded to declare that Senegal is out of danger.
Yes.
You are just coming from a meeting in Brussels with international donors, with ambassadors, and all those who matter in the medical field to discuss the possibilities of containing Ebola. That is the language today.
Yes.
Did you talk about this with them? Because I know that much focus is on financing for the moment.
So, people who are financing, sometimes they need their solution. When French people give the money in Africa, they need that to take product here. You don't see the government of America who financing the product who come for another country. So if they have no solution, the mechanism of financing, they will take the time and they will propose their own solution. We have the solution. They can give out the money. And I've decided with my team that the patent of this medicine can be free during the period of the Ebola, to allow to cure people.
Just hang on.
Yes.
How many medical councils around the world have approved your drug?
So, I mean, in only the Africa country and here, people who use the drug, if you want to have the approval of drug, you have to do that we call in French, in English, the dossier, and you want to give the Ministry of Health who want to study the medicine. And if you have the approval, you have to get in the country a group of people or person who want to represent you. You can't tell that now I want to go to Japan to approve my medicine if you have no correspondent in Japan. It's not very easy to do.
Why don't you start it being approved in France before it moves to countries like Cameroon,
because
the Central African Republic, Nigeria, Liberia, Guinea, where we have this
It's not important to approve the medicine in country if you're not able to provide the products. You can kill the products. It means that if you are not able to produce for all the country in France, don't try to approve your medicine here. Because if you approve it and you can't produce it, you can kill the possibility of the promotion of medicine. So I've taken the people, I've taken the country who are able myself to produce it because I'm a researcher, I'm not industrial people.
So you are not obliged.
We need.
You don't have an obligation.
No, I have no obligation.
You have no obligation.
No, if I want to go to, if you need to sell it in a United States, for example, I must put I must ask the possibility to approve it in the United States because I can't sell the medicine
just tell me the components of the drug.
So
what does it constitute in reality?
It's constituted by 3 plants of Africa. I've taken in Cameroon. So we draw in this plant that we call the principal active of plants, and you combine them to produce plant. All that medicine as produced here in France, you have the possibility we have the approval to produce it here. But when you have the medicine is finished, you have to send it in the people who need. For example, in Cameroon, they need this medicine. So we produce here and we send it in Cameroon. You can find this medicine at Yaoundé. You have a representative.
But you know that your target audience today should be the World Health Organization. It should be people like Margaret Chang, the Director General of the World Health Organization. Your target should be to the regional coordination offices in Africa of the World Health Organization and groups like Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders. Have you contacted them? Because these are people who are on the ground and to tell them, okay, guys, see why you are suffering. I can be part of the solution.
All that people knows the existence of
But
fagaricine.
why are we having an increase of the death rate on a daily basis if they are aware of this?
We know when you have no capacity to produce, I'm a researcher, I'm not industrial, I have no money to produce it. So we need people who have the capacity to produce and they can produce the medicine everywhere.
So probably you should be telling those international donors that instead of giving that money directly to buy beds, to buy this, just give me the cash.
If you have the possibility to do that, you can do that for us.
I can't do your work.
No, you can't do my work, but I've contacted them. So if I contact them to tell them that you have the solution, is that I'm going to the Brussels to tell everybody, even people of England, that we have the solution. And anybody...
Okay, that is why you were in the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody who need to procure the solution in Africa, you can take it. You want to try. So I'm going to Brussels. I've told to everybody that we have one solution because you can get many solutions for epidemic.
Sure. How many researchers were involved in this your work, and how did you people proceed?
We have here about 7 who work here. 7 people who work on all the medicine. It's not very easy, you know. Research is not, the cost of research is very expensive to do. So we have 7 people who work here, and it's not easy because they take their time to do the best work.
If, for example, I want to buy fagaricine or F/532,
yes,
how much would that cost?
So you can buy it 10,000 francs CFA.
That should be, how many euros?
Yes.
That should be around,
in euro,
about 22 euros.
Yes. No, not 22 euros. It's 16. I don't know the conversion in CFA. So, and you can find this medicine in Cameroon. You have the representative in Cameroon. If you go for Yaoundé, for example, for our representative, you can see Katfoud Fouda. You find Marie-Rose Fono, Barga.
My question is this. How did your drug landed in Cameroon when the Ministry of Public Health has not authorized the medicine to be found in Cameroon?
No, the medicine is authorized in Cameroon. It's approved in Cameroon.
By which authority?
Ministry of Health.
Okay.
You have the authorization to sell it in Cameroon. The Ministry of Health have approved this medicine. After that, the Ministry of Health of Cameroon have approved the medicine. The Ministry of Chad have approved the medicine. The medicine of Congo, the 2 Congo, of Gabon, the Ministry of Health of the Burkina, even in Conakry, they have approved the medicine. Okay. It's the Ministry of the Health who have approved the medicine so that you can sell it anywhere. You can find it in anywhere in
My
Cameroon.
audience will probably like to know who is Bruno Eto, the man behind this fagaricine. Who are you?
This is, sometimes I don't know who I am. That you call in...
Are you a phantom?
So, that you call spirit. Bruno Eto is a researcher. I'm the professor of drug discovery. They know that like a pharmacologist. So my lab is focuses to develop the solution of the problem of Africa about health, disease, and so on. So this is my principal job, researcher and teacher. But I have other hobbies, some like humanitarian. So I'm the president of Epsilon Santé, for example, and I try to help people who have the problem of health in all the world. We have 7 representation in Africa, West Africa and Central Africa, and also we try to help people of Haiti and so control
okay.
this.
You know, when Ebola, the current outbreak started in December, but global information was only given in the month of March. And until the disease went to the United States, went to Spain, global mobilization was not all that huge. Do you think that it's because we have Ebola patients today in the US, we have them in Spain, that is why the world is all that mobilizing, because when they were talking of Guinea, Liberia, and other countries, it was like, okay, this is an African affair.
So I think that because the Ebola is going to United States and Europe, they have that to call the vulgarization of the news.
The spread.
Yes, but I think that even if the Ebola was contained only in Africa, you can't get the motivation of all the world. Only the World Organization can do something, because people here, they know that they can get the disease so that they can mobilize.
What should countries yet to be affected by Ebola do?
They take their own solution. I don't know their solution they have set.
Can we have a scientific idea of how that can look like? Because the current language is border closure, screening at the airports. Is that sufficient?
No, it's not sufficient, but it's necessary to do that.
Okay.
It's not sufficient.
Should there be an improvement of the country's medical systems? Because it only when Ebola came that everybody know how fragile the Liberian health system is.
Yes. So, but you know, this is the politician decision. I'm a researcher. I can't talk about every solution politician can take for protect their people. But in medical view, what I can say is that the protection in the airport is not sufficient. We have to choose in every country some center who can form people who can take people who have the disease. So you have to develop the prevention of the people, so that, I mean, keep people, to restrain people. So it's not the final solution. So we need to get medicine to be very, very reactive if you have the presence of the Ebola.
So as a researcher, you continue to argue that the final solution is for huge investments in research, so that a drug, a therapy can be produced that can be a final solution to Ebola.
This is my point of view. So now we don't keep like this, we work again, because in my lab we try now to see, even people take fagaricine and they take some antivirus like this, they can cure themselves. But now we are doing the research to see if those two the medicine have that they call interaction, because nobody have used it before. So we have to continue to see if you have the interaction that we call biodisponibility of drug, because you can take the drug by oral route, and you take two drugs by oral route, and those drugs can traverse this and go to the blood system. So we don't know why, if we don't know exactly if we have that we call negative or positive interaction. So that we have tested about 5 or 6 antivirus here. So we can tell them, if you have, I have the possibility, I want to write the Ministry of Health to tell them, you have tested this medicine, and this medicine, you can use it without problem. This is what we can do. I mean, if you use the solution we have, prevention, immunostimulant, and antivirus, you can do the best of our people, I think.
Professor Bruno Eto, Senior Researcher of Medicines at the Faculty of Medicines of Bernard Claude Bichat Hospital Center here in Paris, France. Thanks very much for accepting to be guest on our program.
You are welcome.
I hope you are not suffering from Ebola.
Okay, no. So.